Hey there, it's Jessica Joy with This Is My Story Solutions. Who are we? We are individuals sharing the reality of pornography's destruction together, creating a nation without exploitation. Please tag those parents who are wondering why their kids are addicted to porn. If you or someone you know became addicted to porn at a young age, now is the time to tag them. Yes. Now, if you or someone you know became addicted to pornography under the age of 18 by the product that distributes the internet, yeah, that'd be all big tech. Without the product that distributes the internet, would your friend, family member, husband, child be addicted to pornography? Let me say it again, without the product that distributes the internet, would your child, significant other with porn-induced erectile dysfunction, would an entire generation of 30 years be slaughtered without the product that distributes the product of the internet? Without the product that distributes the internet, have you gone through a divorce? Would your child be groomed to molest the neighbor child? Would 8-year-old Tommy go across the street and molest 8-year-old Susie, rape her? You can't prosecute yourself out of this. Do you prosecute the child? Do you prosecute the parent? You can't prosecute out of this. So let's talk about the biggest fraud in the United States of America at this time. America. If you're a Republican, tune in. Okay, so when we talk about Jesus overturning the tables, that you have made my house, what? Den of thieves, wolves, vipers? Who are they? You'd probably never guess that is because they're the nice person. So in Missouri, another year will go by that your children in Missouri are exposed to pornography and addicted to pornography because Bev of Concerned Women for America and whatever his name is with Decency Missouri, some skinny lad by the name of Isaiah Stark or whatever, sounds like the one off of Game of Thrones. They're nice. You know, when Jesus was turning tables, I am sure those with tables set up in that synagogue or that temple, I'm sure they were nice. Do you know who is flinging the wares and fleecing the church? They're not mean people. They're nice. You see, in Missouri, your children will be addicted to pornography because of Bev with Concerned Women for America for an additional year because Bev is nice. You see, every state has a Bev. In Kansas, it was Philip Cosby with Focus on the Family Policy Alliance because Phil is nice. Every state, no matter where I go, there's a Bev. Don't hurt Bev's feelings. She has raked in how much money and fleeced the church and prayed with them at the state capitol and visited a hospital. But let our kids be addicted to pornography because Bev is nice. Phil is nice. Every single state, you name the state, and I can say how Republicans have stopped me because they're nice. When Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, went into the temple and flipped tables, he wasn't nice. I guarantee those with the tables, they were probably nice. Don't flip their tables because they're nice. Women, are you raising your daughters to be Bev? What America needs is another generation of Bevs. Like we really need another nice Christian. Philip Cosby from Kansas said, don't worry about coming back to Kansas. We've been on porn legislation for 30 years. I'm not kidding you. I would love to share this email with New York Post, New York Times, Washington Post, Washington Times, LA Post, that all of these people say they have porn legislation under control. Don't come back to our state. Meanwhile, they're in bed with the Speaker of the House's wife, Kansas, because she's head of Concerned Women for America, and she's nice. Don't mess with Kansas because Mr. Hyland's wife runs Concerned Women for America. Are you hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? Are you hearing that we have children addicted to pornography because Bev is nice? Because Philip Cosby in Kansas is nice? Because Christians have raised their children to be nice? We have children addicted to pornography because we like Focus on the Family. We can't come after Focus on the Family. Newsflash, Dr. James Dobson hasn't ran Focus on the Family for quite a few years. When are we going to stop playing nice? Go ahead. Share this with all of your friends whose kids they know are addicted to pornography. Oh, Jessica, did you just say their kids are addicted to porn? Yes, mommy and daddy are too afraid to go in there and look at the internet history. Look at the internet history. I'm done playing nice with your Bev, with Kansas's God, you name the state, and I can tell you who has, all your Republican Party has told me to play nice with your family policymakers who are stealing $200,000 a year from your church pockets. Why am I a little angry about this? My grandpa gave my inheritance to TBN. Like, people are frauding the church, and the church is doing nothing with their money. My inheritance is literally in TBN's pockets, and they're nice. None of my family can go after these Christian organizations because they're nice. It is time to stop raising nice girls. It is time to stop raising nice boys because nice has screwed over an entire generation. I am playing nice at your state houses and negotiating contracts with blood on my hands. I can't walk into another state house and be told play nice with Bev. Because what? She prayed with you in 1994? God is doing a new thing, and nice sold us down the river. The season has changed. I ain't playing nice with your state's Bev. If I'm told another year, play nice. We have kids addicted to pornography. Like, normal, like non-Christians, when I say I'm taking on the tech companies for distributing a defective product to minors, the fact that there's parental controls is admittance to a defective product. In what country can you get away with decades of distributing porn to minors? What country? Well, you can in the US because we're playing nice. If you're nice, please unfriend me. I have 5,000 spaces and I don't have time to waste my breath on another Bev. Missouri, your kids are going to be addicted to pornography because all your Republicans are telling me to play nice with Bev, with Concerned Women for America. Your Concerned Women for America in Iowa, she owns an airport hotel. Every sex industry survivor can tell you that's a conflict of interest. But I'm told to play nice with the Ding Dong Barbie in Iowa who owns the Garden whatever in airport. Like, I'm told to play nice with Republicans? You never tell a porn industry survivor who all their friends are dead to play nice. I'm not a politician. I'm not a family policymaker. Do we want to raise another generation to play nice? What a gravy deal. You get paid $200,000 per state to steal the church's money, pray with them while you, I don't know the Christian word for screw them over, while you hold their hand, but that's exactly what's going on. Hold their hand while you're screwing over their state. What's a better Christian way to put this? I have no idea. This is, I don't know, have you ever, like, those who were sexually molested as a child and one parent like looked the other way? That's what this is going on. Hold their hand while they're getting screwed over by Concerned Women for America. Hold their hand while Focus on the Family Policy Alliance is killing pornography legislation in 36 states. National Center on Sexual Exploitation is funded by, who's chairman of the board, Covenant Eyes. Start asking, where's the money coming from? You're telling me the chairman of your boards are filter companies, for-profit filter companies? I mean, I thought Covenant Eyes was a non-profit. Boom. No, they're for-profit. They're a multi-million-dollar company. So, of course, they are paying a lobbyist organization to stop porn legislation. Okay, let's go back over this. If you tonight, don't take my word for it, please do not take my word for it. Study the Naders Raiders who took on the car automotive industry when everybody sent in 5 cents to make the Consumer Protection Agency. They sent 5 cents in on a postcard to say, hey, somebody should start protecting us because we're getting frauded left and right. Study the Naders Raiders. What other industry can they take $200,000 per state from the church and nobody does anything because they're nice? Nice is why your kids are addicted to pornography. Nice. I'm told to keep silent in Missouri because Bev is nice. There's a Bev in every single state. Every single state, the Republicans tell me to be quiet because there's a Bev in every single state. Your kids are addicted to pornography because your Republicans play nice. Go ahead and pull up your legislators' bills. Go ahead and put in your Republicans' leaders, and then there's a tab that always says legislation. Pull up their legislation. You'll see that they hold absolutely, positively none of the Republican Party platform. Okay, so when I was a prostitute, half of your money that you're paid for is to remain silent. So whenever the Republican Party is paying $500,000 or $200,000 for a Senate or a House race, and then you go and click on the bills that they have filed, and they've filed absolutely no Republican bills, I, as a former prostitute, am convinced, I'm seriously convinced, that your state legislators are paid to be quiet. I'm going to say it again. When you pay $500,000 for a senator or a representative and you pull up their bills, which are public to the general public, you can Google this, and they have filed 0 bills on the Republican platform. There has been no bills to abolish abortion in 50 years. There's been no bills to take on the tech companies for distributing a harmful product to your minors. They have had the money, the resources, the donors, the people to make litigation, which litigation makes solid legislation. At any time in the last 30 years, they could have taken on the porn, the tech companies for distributing the product that is obscenity. And they've chosen not to. You have to wonder why there is so much money going in and no results coming out. As a former prostitute, I will tell you that people are being paid to be quiet. People are being paid to hold spaces. People are paid to do nothing. And it's time that you as the church, it takes 2 seconds to find this information on Google. Why are you paying $500,000 for a Senate or a House seat? And then you can go on to what bills they file, and they're not filing any bills. When I say they're not filing any bills, I mean they might file 20 or 30 bills, but none of them have to do with the Republican platform. They're paid to be quiet. And I've had people that know I'm a porn industry survivor tell me to be quiet. You want a gravy job? Tell your child to be a family policy maker. How else can you get away with taking... I should tell the homeless population this. Homeless, are you tired of being homeless? Why don't you apply to be a Focus on the Family Policy Alliance maker, and you'll make $200,000. You won't have to do anything for the rest of your life, but pray for people, and they'll pay you $200,000. I have to go Facebook Live because I will tell you why kids in Missouri are going to be addicted to pornography. It's the same story as Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, you name a state, the reason's the same. There's always a Bev. Jessica, don't say anything or don't do anything because you might hurt Bev's feelings. Bev is a demonic name. Bev is a demon of silence. Bev, why must I remain silent to have our children addicted to pornography for one more year? Your child cannot walk around your town with a Hustler magazine. Your child cannot go to a rated R movie. I'm not demanding a new law. I'm demanding the enforcement of our own. I have not even made it out of the gate. I'm not even taking on Samsung, Verizon, Hewlett Packard, Apple. I am simply fighting within the same Republican Party that I have to leave this state this week because everyone wants me to be nice to Bev. There's a Bev in every state. You do not have porn legislation because Focus on the Family Policy Alliance is, I'm making eye contact, your Focus on the Family Policy Alliance is killing pornography legislation. Concerned Women for America is killing pornography legislation. You do not have porn legislation, not because nobody wants porn legislation, but because your Republican leaders who are literally in bed, they go out to drinks, they go out to dinner with these people, they go to the same prayer breakfast, they have Bible studies every Thursday, they have Bible studies every Wednesday, they have Bible studies every Monday, they have Bible studies every Tuesday, and they have told me to remain silent. I get on the airplane to go back to Colorado to see if somebody wants to do some reorganizing of the family policymakers. Bye, Missouri. So I might leave Bev alone for this week. But just like the rocks will not remain silent and they will cry out, I will cry out. I have names, faces, everyone who has stopped pornography legislation. You see, the car automotive industry said, you will not regulate us. And the Naders Raiders were like, well, without cars, there would be no car deaths. And that is when people learned that we regulate products, they don't regulate us. This has been around for decades. Go ahead and Google your state's obscenity codes. Oh my goodness, I know, it's going to make you wet your britches. And then go ahead and, so you'll see your obscenity codes. You'll see that they're not being enforced. You'll also wonder why strip clubs are allowed in your city ordinances. That's because nobody's fighting against your strip clubs, and those obscenity is not freedom of speech. It never has been. And then you'll wonder why all your kids and neighbor kids are molesting each other and they're addicted to pornography. Why is that? You're Focus on the Family Policy Alliance. Yes, Focus on the Family Radio. Yeah, it's the same address. Walk down the stairs, take the elevator over, take it up, take it down the hall. Same building, Colorado Springs. Yep. Your kids are addicted to pornography because there's a Bev in every state that has prayed with these ding-dongs for decades. So I have to leave another state because another Bev. Gotta be nice to Bev. No. We are demanding the enforcement of our current obscenity codes. Sorry, Bev. You and your flip phone. Well, you carry your flip phone. Decades of kids have destructed because Bev and her flip phone, heaven forbid. I'm sick of this. I'm sick. I'll go to the next state. In the next state, there's going to be a Bev there. And I'm going to be... Republicans are going to keep asking me to play nice. They're taking your money, and your kids are addicted to pornography because of bevs. Okay, so when you Google your obscenity codes and you look at whenever a bookstore created a public square, the bookstore, not the parent. Slow motion! The bookstore, not the parent. Oh, say it again, say it again! The bookstore, not the parent. The bookstore, not the parent, was held liable. If you create a public square, you, the creator of the public square, are held liable for distributing obscenity to minors. In nowhere, in no case, has parents held the liability and responsibility. Cities went after bookstores. You, the creator of the public square, are held liable for distributing pornography to minors. Go look at the articles from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. We have been having the same conversation for decades. And there's always been the freedom of speech argument. And there's always been the obscenity is not freedom of speech argument. And I guarantee there's always been a stupid bev that everybody's like, Bev is so sweet. I'm sick of bowing down to your state's bevs. That's all I gotta say.